Hey, bro, how you doing, Elijah? Good to see you, bro. Right when I was supposed to go live. Hey, Chuck, if you can hear me, right when I was going live, technical difficulties. It never fails. Never fails, man. Right when I was ready to go live, and it went dead on me. Had to log out, come back in. Sometimes technology can be a real pain. Anyway, I'm here. I got to reset myself, get myself set back up. Lost some of my screen, so I got to do this again. So, okay, share the screen. All right, I'm all set. Right when I was to go live. Oh, good. You can hear me okay? Good. Thanks, bro. Never fails. Right when I hit go live, computer shut down. You can't get angry anymore. It happens so much. And you got to know this type of message. I have to think that there's more to it than just technical difficulties. But anyway, get started. I noticed that when I blow my horn with this microphone, it can't be heard on video. So I'm going to try to back away a little bit, see if that'll make a difference. All right. I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I just blew my horn to start my videos, blow the shofar. I like to do that. I believe it helps to get the attention of the creator, to bless my video, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding so that I may say things that it might strike a chord in you. It might turn a corner. It might get you to, you know, um, all of a sudden see things differently. I don't know. I hope that's the case. Anyway, let me get to the angels because, again, I'm going to pick up on the book of Jehovah. I'm going to do the reading of the book of Jehovah, pick up where I left off yesterday, say some things before that, do the metaphysical reading. So before I get to that, let me do acknowledgments, the acknowledgments of the angels of the daytime and angels of the evening so I don't get caught up. So today, Tuesday, if you were like, today, Tuesday, let's say it's today, Tuesday, if you were counting from, say, like Friday, Saturday, Sabbath, if you acknowledge that, I'm just using that as a template to go by the third day, second day, fourth day. I'm just using that as a template. Personally, I believe that Sabbath is Sunday evening, Friday or Sunday evening, Monday evening, based on the new moon of the every new year. 7 days after that gives you your Sabbath. Personally, that's what I believe. But again, a lot of people keep Friday, Saturday evening. So when I do the angels, I just for the sake of understanding, I just base it off of Friday, Saturday. So anyway, today would be third rising after Sabbath. Third rising after Sabbath. We're going to say these words together. Or actually, it's the fourth rising after Sabbath. Fourth rising on Sabbath, or fourth rising after the Sabbath, based on Friday, Saturday evening Sabbath. Today would be the fourth day after that. That would be the angel of joy. So we're going to read this together on three. Read this, the angel of joy, together on three. So let's say this together. 1, 2, 3. Angel of joy, descend upon earth, pouring forth beauty and delight to all the children of the earthly mother and the heavenly Father. One more time, or again, 1, 2, 3. Angel of joy, descend upon earth, pouring forth beauty and delight to all the children of the earthly mother and the heavenly Father. One more time, 1, 2, 3. Angel of joy, descend upon earth, pouring forth beauty and delight to all the children of the earthly mother and the heavenly Father. And we read, and you will go forth into the fields of flowers after rain and give thanks to your earthly mother for the sweet odor of blossoms. For I tell you truly, a flower has no other purpose than to bring joy to the heart of the Son of Man, and you will listen with new ears to the song of birds and see with new eyes the colors of the sun and its rising and its setting, and all these gifts of the earthly mother will cause joy to well forth within you as the spring wells forth of a sudden in a barren place. And you shall know that no one comes before the heavenly Father that the angel of joy lets not pass. For in joy was the earth created, and in joy did the heavenly Father and the earthly mother give birth to the Son of Man. And this evening, that would mean Tuesday evening, that would be the angel of peace. Yeah, the angel of peace, where we read, or no, actually, it'd be the angel of power. On the fourth evening after Sabbath, say these words. So we're going to say these words 3 times together on 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Angel of power, descend on me and fill with power all my deeds. Again, 1, 2, 3. Angel of power, descend on me and fill with power all my deeds. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Angel of power, descend on me and fill with power all my deeds. And then we read, I tell you truly, just as there is no life on earth without the Son, so there is no life but the Spirit without the angel of power. What you think and what you feel, these are like the dead scriptures, which are only words on a page, or dead speech of dead men. But the sons of light will not only think, will not only feel, but will also do. And their acts will fulfill their thoughts and feelings as the golden fruit of summer leaves give meaning to the green leaves of spring. All right. And then I have a room on Facebook where I like to try to, whole purpose is just to try to get brethren to come together. Let's be, I was reading in the book of discipline, and, or actually, where was I reading? I posted something on communal life. The creator ultimately is to bring to gather his children together. Gather you faiths, gather you together. Let everybody go to their God. Whatever your spirit, whatever your spirit desires, the creator. If it's, I read something where I think it's Book of Discipline where it talks about let him who sing, sing, let him who dance, dance, let him who I forget the matter of fact, I may have it up. Nope, I don't think I do. Where basically the creator is saying, go ahead and do whatever your heart desires, but make sure you know that I'm going to gather those who they seek to chase after me. They seek to find me. I gotta close the screen again. Close. Close the curtains. Oh man, it's hard to see the screen. So anyway, I have a room. I'm looking for brethren who want to unite. Just come together. I like to find things, these books. I just got my new book today. The OAHSPE volume is supposed to be easier to read. I don't really know if that's the case, but I got a condensed version of the OAHSPE just today. And I think it does add more so far as commentary and explains things a little more clearer. Has It seems a lot more footnotes than the regular OAHSPE Bible, so I got it just for overstanding sake. So anyway, a ministry that I have, and here's the room. Try to share things, try to post things where it's exciting to read something that faithists like to read from the OAHSPE. I realize that people got to work, and don't always have time to read and to share things that are in the OAHSPE or any other, thing that I come across, like a study that somebody else has done. There's a lot of overstanding out there to bless you, to keep you going, brethren. We ain't got no choice, man. You know, we got to keep going. We just have to keep going. And this creator, you got to trust. You got to know that he's going to be, he knows how to bless you all the way to the end of our reality. Bless our overstanding. I know that I was saying yesterday that faith is, we have torn through that book. We have absolutely devoured the OAHSPE because that was like water in the desert. At least I know for me, mainly because it delivered you from religion. Up till now, we were probably under religion, bound up under religion. I was reading in the OAHSPE today where, and the world can't get this, man. And it just, it's amazing to me how it makes so much sense that the creator, he said that there was going to come a time where the old things wasn't going to be able to satisfy the new generation. Man was going to get to a point where the old traditions, the old way of doing things, the worshiping of idols and deities, there was going to come a time that wasn't going to work anymore. That's where we are. That's why he gives us the cosmic era now. We got this new understanding. It bless your soul. And the purpose is that hopefully that you'll elevate, fall in love more with the will of the creator than the earth. The earth has had a big head start on all you, brother. Big head start. So far as enticing you, so far as putting you in bondage, trying to trap you in this behavior or that behavior so that you can't break out of it. And, the earth has had a head start. And we were under the Bible, man. We were under Christianity. We were thinking, that's all we knew. That was the only way to go, And you know what? Real quick, I want to share something. Here's my room. Okay, here's my room, and here, oh, let me see. My brother sent me something here, and I didn't see it. He says, hide or show a viewer. Hiring. Brethren, bear with me for a second because this is a brother I accidentally banned. I accidentally banned him. So he sent me something here, and if it's something that is preventing him from coming on, see. Let me read it to see if I'm doing something. From the live chat feed, find a message from the viewer that you want to hide. Next to the message, click more, then hide user from YouTube. Open YouTube Studio. Okay. Oh, shoot, man. This is something I'm going to have to do after the video. Doggone it. To unhide a viewer, click the next to their name. They can now leave comments and click say, okay, wait a minute. I'm tempted to do that right now because tomorrow I'm not going to be doing a video. I'm going to be in Bible study. My schedule is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. But here, brother is telling me how to. Hey, David, if you listen to this video, it's too late for me to try to do it here on the live because it'll take too much time. But I'll certainly do it when I get finished doing the live. I will certainly do it. I will certainly do it. If you're not already somehow in the room, I thought I cleared it up. So I got to keep up with the video, but I'll certainly do it after I get finished with the live. Certainly do it. Sorry for that mistake, brother. All right. So anyway, here's my room. Here's a little sample of the things that I like to share. And I have a sister who likes to give the metaphysical word here. I did this word yesterday, metaphysical word on thought. Or actually, I forgot yesterday. I did that the day before. And just some things that I like to try to share and try to pique brethren's curiosity and pique their interest. And this is something pretty nice that I found in the OAHSPE Bible study notes online. Check it out. It says, your sharing of the message of light is not only to living human beings. Check this out. It says, but also to the spirits of those who have passed beyond the veil. It says, it is important to realize the significance of your dual mission as a human being, as a faithist. We got a dual mission. Do you know the things that we witness to down here? It's going out in the spirit. How do you like that? It says, whatever talent you have been given, whatever talent you have been given, whatever level of knowledge you have received from your study of the OAHSPE and from others, regardless of their ability to experience suis, that's where you're able to see and hear things that other brethren cannot, spiritual things, suis. It says you can share something with others about the hope of the future from Jehovah's words. So how do you like that? The creator is saying that's why I love to say, man, your life is for a reason. If you can share it. And then brethren can see, hey, they go through the same things I go through. I got problems. Hope Jehovah is giving them the strength to bear up. Jehovah is giving them the strength to learn from what they're going through and knowing that it's part of testing of your character. Here is a verse I posted. It says, to the spirits of mortals who die in infancy, I give spiritual eyes and spiritual ears. But without cultivation, they don't hear corporal things, physical things, earthly things, nor see corporal things. But to such spirits as have fulfilled on earth life, I created them to see and hear after death the matters of both worlds. That's a mystery. You brethren, us in life, as we complete our earth cycle, we pass over, we comprehend things on the spiritual and the earthly. But whereas you have like abortions and infancy death, it says since they're not cultivated, they don't know the corporal physical world like you brethren who have the opportunity to live on the earth. It's another mystery, ain't it? Because I remember reading a story, or I was listening to a near-death experience. Some brother, one of those videos, he said he crossed over, and then some beings, I guess you would say they were angels, and they must have died in infancy. And they came up to him and said, "What was it like? What was it like? Like, what was it like on the earth?" So obviously, these were beings that did not get a chance. They died in infancy. They were children. Either they were aborted or shortly after, and they did not get a chance to cultivate earth life. They didn't get a chance to live it. But one of the now, I even heard someone say, I don't know if I read it. I think I read it in the Third Testament, where Jesus Christ. Now I'm trying to remember. I don't like to. I'm careful about Jesus Christ now, and I was going to say he said something like, we decide to come to this reality. You brethren decide. Now it make a lot of sense because the creator, how he emphasized, he give you free will. He give you free will, man. I mean, it's like ultimate free will. Creator give you. You know what? Let me make sure that the link is in the room. I had a problem with that the other day. I couldn't find a way to get the link, put the link in the room. Let me put that in the room. So if anybody wants to, the way I like to do it is even if I'm talking about something else and a brother wants to come in and give a word, he wants to say something, I'll drop the mic and we'll discuss that. So there's the link, got that out the way. All right, back to the post. So that solves the question of brethren who they pass on in infancy. They are able to hear spiritual things. They go into the spirit world. They can comprehend, they can hear like spiritual things, but they can't comprehend, understand earthly things. That's the mystery of our life right there. That's the mystery of our life right there. Now, the table of contents right here, that's a good thing right there. Because it gives you a little snapshot. It gives you a snapshot of the books that you're reading. See, like the book that we reading, that I'm gonna read from today, Book of Jehovah. The summary is that it answers humanity's questions. I don't know if you can see it. The print is kind of small. It answers your questions. Think, man. We've been living all this time, man. Has any of us really reached 100% satisfaction? I'm not trying to sound negative. You know what I mean? But we are on this path because it create number one, he wants us on this path. You were spiritual brethren at this time. And part of being on that path is the fact that you got something. He put a seed in your soul to make you to believe that there's something better. Simply put, that's all this, we have something within us that make us endure. We know that there's something, that there is a there's a real blessing that we are headed for. Brethren who are faithless according to knowledge. Didn't Christianity teach us that the faith was fire insurance? It's fire insurance, in case something happens, some unfortunate event. Hey, Jamia, I see you. I do see you. Love and light to you, sis. Good to see you. I know I'm going to see you tomorrow in the study, too. So I hope that you enjoy the study tonight. So shoot, I forgot my point. We're going to read from the Book of Jehovah, and it answers Christianity. It kind of teaches you to believe without knowing anything. But we're in I was reading somewhere where Jehovah, he said that he was going to give us an added blessing to our understanding. He said he was going to give us the ability to learn, and he was going to give us, let me see, he said he was going to give us the ability to learn. He was going to give us life. He was going to give us the ability to learn, and he was going to open up the library records. That's what we're doing right now with the OAHSPE. Do you know we looking at the records, the heavenly records? That's what you brethren are doing. You think that this knowledge is all over the world? I'm telling you, it is not. The stuff that we read. Don't think that everybody knows that automatically. We reading things that people they flat out don't know, don't believe, don't care. And I was like, I posted something the other day in the room where I had an unction. I had like a thought. A thought came to me. Now, whether it was from the spirit or not, I don't. One thing I'm very leery of is speaking from my own mind. I'm very, very cautious of that. I don't like to do that. I don't like to just give. Sometimes you got to give your opinion, and I really don't like that. I don't know no other way to communicate. But I was reading something, or something came to me where we in a situation, we on the earth, and the Creator, I'm pretty sure He's going to make it so that the whole earth learn this lesson that faithists are learning right now. That is, we gonna learn to be together. We going to learn, the faithless community is going to be gathered together. I don't know how. It's the will of the Creator. That's what they do in the spiritual. Who is it? Oh, shoot. I'm burning my teeth. 1 second. Yeah, that's herbal tea, man, for your blood sugar. Herbal tea for your blood sugar. It's called Costus igneus. You can get it off of Amazon. It's supposed to help you, brethren, with control your blood sugar. But anyway, we we are go. I mean, brethren, we've been around the block. It ain't nothing new out there. There ain't nothing new out there. But we are the will of the Creator is we are going to be our own community. I don't know the Cosmin era. I think that's going to bring it to pass. We are going to be connected with one another. We are going to be a community of brethren. We may not be here to see it because it's starting with the young people right now. The word, the light, the creator, the knowledge of him. We read the other day where he's going, matter of fact, I got something posted here where it talks about, let me see, is it communal? Here, this right here. Check out what it says. It says the Baptists do not intend to make communities in the old way. We're not going to do it starting with the adults. We're doing it now with the infants. So ever since the knowledge of the OAHSPE came out, and brethren have been getting together and starting communities, we realize that it's going to start with the children. It's almost like the adults are a lost cause, except for brethren who are able to come to faith, able to believe. The Creator, he's saying he's going to start with the children. And so you figure that what, a couple of, 20 or 30 years that we're going to really probably, start seeing the fruit, because he's going to start with the adults or start with the children. He says the Baptists do not intend to make communities in the old way. It says, but by beginning with infants and raising them up to it, never teaching them to own anything as individuals. They follow the path laid down in Book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth in OAHSPE. The following was one of their first notices to the public. And so one of their first notices to the public is, I got it listed right here. It doesn't show it, but it's this right here. The work of the lodges of Baptists. And it talks about what we're going to do, what the new order is going to be like. We gather orphan infants and foundlings and other unprotected little ones and colonize them in the country as set forth in OAHSPE. Now, this is something, it sounds like this was their overstanding, that the Creator wants them. And I have to say I agree with it. I tend to think that it could be the only thing I'm leery. This is the plan of the Creator, okay, to start with the little ones. This is a notice that the first groups of people put out, and it's basically talking about the principles they was going to live by. They shall not witness drunkenness, crimes, and profanity, but they're going to be raised up in purity and adoration of Jehovah, holding all things in common. Neither shall they eat fish or flesh. Now, that's a hard one, man. In this day and age, to refrain from eating meat, that's what's going to separate a lot of brethren right there. That's a pretty tough thing that I know is going to make a lot of brethren struggle. The Creator, he said that when you eat meat, it stunts your spiritual growth. I don't know how, but that's what he said. It said the little children, they're going to be taught not to drink strong drink or be bound by. I like this one. They're not going to be bound by hard labor. I like that one. It says, but be ye cheerful before Creator, giving them liberty, cultivating all their talents by kinds of trades and occupations, that their communities may be delightful and perpetual homes. So anyway, you can read the rest of this. That's the new reality right there. That's what the Creator is going to, he's going to start with the young. You have to know that he's talking about ever since the OAHSPE came out, because that's when this information started, around the 1880s. And people have been going about trying to start up communities and start building up the kingdom right away, knowing that it's a work really that's not going to probably bear the type of fruit that we want to see for until these children. And it takes a while, man, to do a paradigm shift, meaning to change for people to change their minds. It's not easy. I mean, I perceive only the creator can do that. But he's telling us he's going to start with the children. He's going to change their mind. Because, see, the governments of the world, the nations, the counties, the powers that be of the world, if you brethren notice what they do with the children, they take the children. They don't really teach the children, man. Like that lady said on the video, they indoctrinate them. Brethren, we get indoctrinated in the education system. We don't really learn, man. We get indoctrinated. We get taught law, order, shut up, obey, that's what people learn. It ain't like learning, getting taught to how to learn. This system that we in right now. And you got to know that the powers that be, they want to make people learn how to serve them. They don't want you thinking on your own. But Jehovah, he said that we're going to start. I mean, I agreed that video. I saw a video last night. A lady, she was the one saying all these things. So I'm telling you now, I just have to agree with her. I don't see how people can go to the educational system unless it's like a technical school where they just teach you to trade. They shut up with their opinions about how it should be. Just teach you, okay, turn the wrench this way and then get this tool and then you do it this way. Just do that. Don't get into no philosophy or opinion because that's where people get taught. I think they get taught to bow down to the state, to the nation. And the creator is going to change all that by raising up you people and to get us to deal with children in the way that he's dealing with us, and emphasizing what the real values are, who to worship, what to how to deal with other people. Jamia said, I'm a teacher. Oh, wow. Oh, I hope I didn't offend you. Am I telling the truth though, Jamia? Is there any truth to what I'm saying about children being really taught that they're being more indoctrinated than taught how to learn? What do you teach anyway? What would you say about what I'm saying? If you want, you can click on the link, come in the room, and what subject matter do you teach, if you don't mind me asking? And do you have a opinion on, do you think that children are mainly being indoctrinated, or do you think that they're being taught like critical thinking, how to figure things out for themselves? Oh, you teach math? Okay, so see, that's like a hard science right there. So maybe you're not the right person to ask, but I mean, you're involved in that circle. Do you think that the educational system is asking children to? Do you think it's trying to teach them the how to learn, or do you think that they're being taught how to obey? You know what I mean? Learning more about the government, the laws of the land, what you can do, what you can't do. You know what I mean? Lack of emphasis on personal freedom. No, that's wrong. Your thought. You say, I do not believe they're being indoctrinated as much as before. Okay. That's interesting because I tend to think that as time goes on, the powers that be are going to, you know what I mean? They're going to work more and more in their own interests as they see the kingdom, the children of men, their kingdom is going down. You say the system is still failing our children. Yeah, I certainly, I believe that. I certainly believe that. I mean, I'm talking about, or I say that because of the things I see. You see a lot of videos, especially, like out here in uh, in the Bay Area. They have a lot of videos, just kids who act like animals. Those flash and grab, those what do they call them? Those where people they bum rush a store. They just go in. They take everything out, run out. And that's real popular. They got things like knockout games, just not, and it could be an elderly person. You say greed has already started. Yeah, I believe that. I believe the faithists are already, you know, I believe, yeah, I certainly believe that process is in motion. The kingdom of God, beginning with the infants. You say children are very rebellious because they do not like the system, and it's time for change. I, yeah, I have to agree with you. I think that they see it ain't no hope for them. You have got to feed the spirit, the word of God, man. I mean, I just, it's like, if you don't give, like children, when they don't eat, man, I don't have any children, but it seemed like they can pitch a fit, man, when you don't feed them, you know. And I think the children, they get older and they the same way. They want spiritual food. They don't know who to turn, who to talk to. You say that's a parental issue, okay? The rebellious children, a parental issue. Yeah, I have to agree with you. And you know what? When I do the reading, it's going to be kind of painful. All right, letting everybody know who watches this video, it's going to be kind of painful. Hey, Jamia, what type of math do you teach? Just curious. I'm just curious. I couldn't do math to save my life, man. What type of math do you teach? They don't learn that from teachers. Yeah, I think I don't think the children they get that from teachers. Oh, second grade? Oh, that's good. So you probably what, like fractions? Is that the age for fractions? Or is it basic math? Probably basic math. All right, that's cool. So yeah, I the creator, he said that the era that we live in right now, he's going to start with the children. He's already starting with the children. There are people, the OAHSPE has been out since the 1800s. So you got those people who have been reading it, who found out about it. They subscribing to the way that they should be in this reality. They're having children, raising them in the knowledge of the Creator. So yeah, I'm with you. I think that that's going on right now. So anyway, some more things that I posted in my room. It says, "As to the spirits of the dead, I desire to know their dwelling." So this is coming from the book of Tay. It's called Tay's Prayer. Tay is a picture of Faith's brother. The OAHSPE, it gives you, Tay is actually one of the 9 entities of the Creator. Your brother may have heard of. You remember the 9 entities? The 9 children of the Creator? See, one is Tay, which is, it's like, this righteous man. Righteous man. There's Cosman. That's like the spiritual man. There's Hawk, Hak, which is I think like darkness. Uh, there's 9 of them. I think one is I can't remember. There's like whom the Creator calls his 9 children, and their realities. They shape our reality. His 9 children, their mindsets, they're spiritual. certain realities. Matter of fact, it would be good to read that. That would be a good thing to look at. So let's let me go ahead and find that, the 9 entities. That would be a pretty good thing to check out. And it glorified the creator because he telling us about our reality, things that we ain't never gonna learn in some college or university. And the creator says that these are his, he calls them his sons and daughters. Now, let me see. I don't think I'm going to find it in the table of contents. So let me do a search. And I just think it's really interesting. The 9 entities, and they shape our reality. Is it 9 or is it 8? I think it's 9. Ninny, 9. Let's check this out. Let's see if I can find it. These are entities that shape our reality. We never going to hear this. We are never going to hear this. Let me see if you can see it on the screen. Yeah, good. You can see it. The 9 entities. Te, S, which is spirit. That's the daughter of Jehovah's spirit. Corporal, which is physical. Hak, which is darkness. Uz, which is like disillusion. Disillusion. Uz. Uz is, the definition of Uz is an unenlightenment. It's like there is a time of disillusion where, see, the earth, check this out. I kept something. Let me show something real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Something real interesting. I was talking about it the other day, and it gives a breakdown of the world. It gives a breakdown of the world. Now let me see if I can bring this up. It's real interesting. Now I had it, and I don't know what. Okay, let me pull it back up. Now you got to really. It's got to be here somewhere in the OAHSPE. Okay, that's all right. I'll just find it on my own. Now, if this is something, if we knew this, if we really understood this right here, what I'm going to show you, Brother Selah, he talks about it all the time. If we knew the progression of the earth, the cycle of the earth, we wouldn't treat our reality the way we do now. We would not treat it's, just like anywhere, you find out you have a certain amount of time to get it right. We wouldn't be about wasting time in dead works. Now, here on the screen, I was sharing this the other day. I hope you can see my cursor. It basically just gives you the breakdown of the cycles of the earth. It's a lot of numbers here, but the easy understanding is like the creation, the time of spring on the left-hand side. If you can see my cursor, this is the reality of the earth. This is all the reality that there is. The springtime, the creation of man, the Eoptian age called HOTU, where it's the age of salvation, where man is capable of acquiring knowledge so that he may save himself, that he may learn what the will of the creator is. It's called the Eoptian age, EOPTIAN age. It's called HOTU. It's a period of time, 3 seasons of 16 arcs. And then autumn, that begins the dissolution of the earth, where the earth just goes into like a steady decline, a dissolution. Then there's winter, where the earth is no more. And this is the cycle of everything. That's the cycle of all the worlds, the creator that he has created. This is the cycle. And so we're described as like a crop, really. We're here, we're on the earth. We we're created, we grow. Some of us make a choice for the creator. We share our fruit, which is our life. And then we go on to the spiritual, sunrise, sunset. And so it's interesting the way we get this information right here. We get the information. So, the creator, you got to glorify the way he just condenses. He condenses. Probably saying this because we in a situation where we looking around us and people, they give all they got for this reality. And people do some pretty incredible things for short-term glory, for the money, for things that ultimately it's only for a season. It's only for a season. That's the pull of the earth right there. It's only for a season. Now again, let me say this again. I'm getting ready to do the reading, and it's going to kind of hurt some people. All right, so I'm letting you. I'm trying to give you a heads up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get started in the book of Jehovah, and I hope, man, that some of you brethren do not get offended. I hope you're able not to get offended, because I'm gonna go ahead and do the reading. So I'm just trying to warn you ahead of time. All right. So let's go ahead and do the reading together from the book of Jehovah. The name of the video is Book of Jehovah, Part 2. And I'm picking up from where I left off yesterday. So now my screen is messing up again. And I'm not surprised at all. Okay, there we go. Thing is scaring me. All right, so I'm picking up from yesterday, and basically, when you read the summary on the book of Jehovah, it's just telling you, it's answering your questions. It's answering your questions. In the summary, remember the summary I posted in my room right here? It gives a snapshot of all the books. It gives you a snapshot where you can read what they're all about. Now here, I don't think you can see. Maybe you can see my cursor, maybe you can't. It says that the book of Jehovah, it answers humanity. It answers humanity. So we're getting ready. The creator is going to tell you what's on your heart. He's going to tell you things that you want to know. That is the mystery of his word. He's going to tell you what is in your soul. So may the creator bless the reading of his word. And now it will not show me the screen again. Okay, there you go. I think it won't let you do it when you minimize the screen. All right, anyway, we're all set. So may the creator bless the reading of his word. Let me go back up a little bit because I ended it around verse 12. So let me pick up from verse 13, right? Verse 13, book of Jehovah. It says, man sought to know the progress of things. Jehovah answered him, saying, open your eyes, old man. There is a time of childhood, a time of propagation, a time of old age, and a time of death to all men. That's what I was showing you, remember, on the screen right here? There's a time of Simu, a time of Hotu, the Oapian age, a time of Adu. That's when things start to dissolve, and then there's a time of winter where there's death, a time of no fruit being born, produced, that sort of thing. So there, man sought to know the progress of things. Jehovah answered him, saying, "Open your eyes, old man. There's a time of childhood, a time of propagation, a time of old age, a time of death to all men. It is likewise with all the corporeal worlds I've created. Same thing with all the worlds." Verse 15, first is vapor. The vortex carries it forth, and as it condenses, its friction engenders heat, and it is molten, becoming as a globe of fire. Talk about the creation of the earth, how he does it, using the vortex, the whirlwind. You know, you look at a whirlwind, you look at a tornado, and it's spinning, and it picks up elements, and it makes it part of that spinning, that vortex. And the creator said he uses that to combine the elements to make up the world and the entities, you know, the sun, moon, and stars, through that spinning, that vortex. He says, first, as vapor, the vortex carries it forth, talking about the corporeal worlds, physical earth. It says, first, as vapor, the vortex carries it forth, and as it condenses, so you're imagining something is spinning, and then as it's spinning, it condenses into matter. It says, its friction engenders heat, and it is molten. It's bonded together, the elements, becoming as a globe of fire in heaven. Then it takes its place as a newly born world. I set it in the orbit prepared for it. Verse 16. In the next stage, I bring it into Simu. So now, after the earth cools down, it's got to cool down, because remember, he said it's a molten globe of fire. So you got to reason, okay, it's a molten globe of fire, then it's got to cool down before he can bring in the next age, Simu. He says, because it is right for to bring forth the living creature, and I bestow the vegetable and animal kingdoms. He's talking to us about what real creation account is. Verse 17, he says, next it enters into Hotu. Remember, we looked at Hotu, Hotu, meaning it enters into, it's ready to start bearing fruit. Hotu. It says, for it is past the age of begetting, even as the living who are advanced in years. Next it enters Adu, and nothing can generate upon it. So that's Uz. We look at this chart again. Adu, see that? Adu. Oh, you can't see it. Here we go. Adu is equivalent to Adam in the life cycle of the earth. Adu. Period of time. Adu. And then it goes into winter. Oh, you can't see the screen. So here it says, for the past age of begetting, it is past the age of begetting after we basically set our foundation of faith, and then we start sharing the fruit, our fruit, which is our knowledge. And then eventually it gets to the point where it's equivalent to old age in life. It's kind of winding down. It says, for it is past the age of begetting, even as the living who are advanced in years. Next it enters Adu, starting to dissolve now, and nothing can generate upon it. These are the seasons, the cycles of the earth. It says, then comes Uz, and it is spirited away into unseen realms. Thus I create and dissipate planets, suns, moons, and stars. Here today, gone tomorrow, basically. And then the footnote says that the vortex, I know it's referring to the vortex. The footnote is 68. It's talking about the age of Simu. And then the footnote, it says, commingled earth, air, and water heat, and thick atmosphere, protoplasm-like, colloidal-like substance. And then some other footnotes. Barrenness, that's the earth when it starts its dissolution period. Adu. And then footnote number 70, the age of begetting is the age of generating new life forms. That's a period of time called Sepha, Sephah. It's the time of brethren beginning to germinate and bear fruit. Then after that comes the time of dissolving, which is death. And then verse 18 says, my examples are before all men, my witnesses are without number. I raise the tree up out of the ground, I give it a time to bring forth fruit, followed by a time of barrenness, then comes death, and finally dissolution. I prepare the new field with rich soil, bringing forth, and the old field that is exhausted. And by my examples, man shall weigh the progress and destiny of a world. So he's saying we can look at the world and learn something. And we can look at, one of the things when you read the OAHSPE is every nation, every, people, nation, we have a spiritual grade. And when that grade starts to decline, then the creator, he steps in, he puts an end to it. Like with what happened with the continent of Pan. It got to a point where its spiritual grade, it was so low that he ended it to redeem them in the spiritual. Same way with us. We can learn a lesson off of the earth. When you see people going to war over land and religion, and even children don't matter, we got to be at the lowest that you could possibly go. So it ain't no coincidence. We in the cosmic era now. That means, Pluto has also gone into Aquarius. That's another sign. It's all showing us that if we paying attention, you want to sow to the spirit, man. I mean, if you can overcome the downward vibration of the earth, it's a tall order. That's what you faith this. That's what you called to do, man. It ain't no joke. It's very subtle what we're called to do. It's not like we can see the enemy. We're in one hell of a situation, man. I mean, the inheritance, it makes it all worth it. And in my mind, I know you, brethren, you got something in your spirit that's driving you. It's the same for me. Something is driving you. And I'm pretty sure it's the same way for you, brethren. This is what it means to overcome. Our life, it may not be everything we want, but you look at the people on the earth, and some people overcome, man, and they make the finish line. We're called to do the same thing. Verse 19, let no man marvel because of the size of the mammoth and the ichthyosaurus. I think those are dinosaurs. He says, for there was a time for them as there is a time for the infusoria of this day. So the great and the small. Don't marvel at the things that look unbeatable. and it doesn't matter whether the thing is large or small. Don't count the creator. Don't sell him short. He can bring about his plan, his cycle for anything. There ain't nothing that can stop him. He says, verse 20, I've given you a sign, O man, in the queen of the honeybee. Because of the change of cells, she comes forth the queen, even from the same kind of germ as other bees. Be wise, therefore remember that the earth is not in the place of the firmament of old. Let this be a testimony to you of the growth, change, and travail of the earth. So the only thing that matters, man, is keep it in our mind that we are temporary beings. We just temporary, man. If the whole world knew that, People, this would be a different world. This, you know, it would be different. You know it, and people do know it, but we think that tomorrow never comes. Verse 21, it says, "Nevertheless, O man, the seen and the unseen are only parts of my person. I am the unity of the whole." Now, here's where it's going to start getting a little tough, man. You know, when you see that the Creator actually say stuff like this. He say, verse 1, "Man perceived the magnitude and glory of the corporeal worlds. He said, how shall I speak of your great works, O Jehovah? And of your wisdom and power shall I open my mouth before you? I look upon your countless stars, suns, and moons spread out all over the heavens. The millions of years you have rolled them on in never-ending firmament, processions in and out and round about of mighty worlds by your breath going forth." Verse 2, "Oh, you all highest, how can I hide my insignificance? I cannot create the smallest thing alive, nor change the color of a hair on my head. What am I that you have seen me?" Verse 3, "Tell me, O my Creator, where did life come from, this unseen within me that is conscious of being? Tell me how all the living came into life." Verse 4, "Jehovah heard the words of man." See, Tay, this is the book of Jehovah talking to Tay, one of the Creator's children. Tay. Tay is the righteous man. Tae, Tay. Jehovah heard the words of man. He answered him, saying, "Let a sign be given to man so that he may comprehend Simu, the time of creation." It says, "And so Jehovah cursed, he caused the jellyfish and the green scum of water to be permanently coming forth in all ages." So it was back then and it's still here today. He says, so that man could understand the age of Simu, when the earth and the shores by the water and the waters also were covered over with commingled atmosphere and corporeal substance. So the jellyfish is made up of commingled atmosphere and corporeal substance. And he's saying that if man were to study it, he wouldn't, he he couldn't tell. Well, I think that he could, it would verify the creator's account of the creation of the world and when, to make it simple. If man were to study the jellyfish and the uh, green scum, the creator is saying, if you want to know that I'm telling you, if you want to confirm what I am telling you about the jellyfish and the green scum and how it shows, I'm showing you that it's a work of my hands, and it also testifies to the creation account of the world. Study it. See? Now, let's do something real quick. Let me go online. Okay. Let's look at the jellyfish. Let's see what they come up with for the creation of it. How old is the jellyfish? Look at that. 500 million years old. 500 million years old. And now, if we were to study the makeup of it, then it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to. I'm interested to see. Now, see, this here says jellyfish are 600 million years old. The immortal jellyfish, Earth's longest living species. So I'm not going to search. Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't sharing the tab. I wasn't even sharing the tab. The jellyfish, 500 million years old. The creator is basically saying that it confirms his creation account. If they were to study it, the jellyfish and the green scum that you see today, you go to the ocean, you see it on the shores of the beach. Creator says he's using that to verify his creation account. It says The jellyfish, it says, so Jehovah caused the jellyfish and the green scum of water to be permanently coming forth in all ages, so that man can overstand the age of Simu, the time of creation of man, when earth and the shores by the water, and the waters also were covered over with commingled atmosphere and corporeal substance. This substance was called Simu, because by his presence Jehovah quickened it into life. By his presence, that's he quickened it into life. And it goes back to creation. If you want to talk about the age of creation. And in that way he made all the living, both the vegetable and animal world. Not that Simu is jellyfish or green scum of water, for in this day the earth does not produce Simu abundantly. Nevertheless, the jellyfish and the green scum of water are signs of that which was in that day of the earth. Verse 5, Jehovah said, because of my presence I quicken into life all that live or ever have lived. Verse 6, because I am male and female, even in my likeness, I made them thus, because I am the power to quicken into life. So in likeness of me, I made them with power to bring forth. Verse 7, according to their respective places, I created living, not in pairs only, but in hundreds of pairs, and in thousands and millions of pairs. The Bible, it would have us to believe that it was two people starting out. Two people starting out, and all creation came from those two people. He says, verse 8, according to their respective places and the light upon Simu, so I quickened them in their color, adapted to their dwelling places. Verse 9, each and every living thing I created new upon the earth. Each and every living thing I created new upon the earth, of a kind, each to itself. Not one living thing did I create out of another. Not one living thing did he create out of another. So he says, verse 10, let a sign be upon the earth. So now he's going to give us a sign that he created not one thing out of, he's going to give us a sign that not one living thing did he create out of another. And he's going to give us a sign. He said, let this sign be upon the earth, so that man in his darkness may not believe that one animal changes and becomes another. He's shooting down evolution. Verse 11, he says, and so Jehovah gave permission for different animals. He gave permission. Listen to this. Jehovah gave permission for different animals to bring forth a new living animal. And that's something. Let's study it. Let's look at this. Let's look at this online and see what types of animal they can come from another animal, but they can't procreate. What is the newest animal? What animals are evolving? What animals are rapidly? Okay, let's see. Is there currently any living species of animal? What different animals will actually has new animals evolved since mankind? What two animals combined together? Okay, well, what I'm looking for, I'm trying to find something simple where it says if these two animals mate, their offspring won't be able to procreate. Now, I think the mule is one listed here. It's assigned to us. Now, I can't find anything the way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a reference. Let's see. So I don't think I'm wording it the way I want to word it. So you see, different animals to bring forth a new living. Okay, so let's do it this way. Here are some animals brought together by two different animals. Now, what I want to see is that they cannot procreate. Because the Creator, He said so. Now, I'm not going to be able to. Okay, so anyway, I can't pursue this. I'm going to be here all night trying to show something that will let us know what animals cannot procreate. Oh, I wasn't even sharing the tab. I was looking at this page right here, trying to find. I basically all I wanted to know was which animals cannot procreate, and I can't find anything right now. But it says here in the OAHSPE, Jehovah, He gave permission for different animals to bring forth a new living animal, which would be unlike either his father or mother. But He caused the new product to be barren, meaning there are some animals that are brought together, they're created by two different animals, but they can't procreate. So we got a footnote here. Okay, it's going to help me out. It says the mule has been instanced as proof that there is no such thing as one animal evolving into another. Okay, thank you, Crater, for the footnote. It says, okay, so that's all it's going to give me. It says the mule has been instanced as proof that there is no such thing as one animal evolving into another. Verse, let me see, footnote 81. Footnote 81. It says, I created each and all living, Jehovah said, and this shall be testimony before all men, that I created each and all the living after their own kind only. So verse 81, the footnote, it says, accordingly, because all colors and cultures of man can have children together, it is obvious there is only one kind of Homo sapien, namely humankind. But the varieties are sometimes called races, meaning nevertheless only varieties of one is of the same kind species. Okay, so anyway, I got my point here. The mule is an example of something that comes from two different animals but cannot procreate. The mule. The mule. All right. The Creator says that the mule cannot procreate. Can the mule procreate? A horse is 64. The mule ends up with 63. Mules can be either male or female. Because of the odd number of chromosomes, they can't reproduce. How do you like that? So the Creator is right. Wow. The Creator is right. When did we find this out? It had to be way after the Creator said it. Isn't that something? The Creator is something else, man. He's something else. Joby said, this shall be testimony for all men that I created each and all the living after their own kind only. Verse 13, such is my person and my spirit, being from everlasting to everlasting. When I bring a new world into the time of Simu, my presence quickens the substance and the life. According to the locality and the surroundings, I bring forth the different species, for they are flesh of my flesh and spirit of my spirit. To themselves, I give themselves. Nevertheless, they are all members of my person. Verse 14, as testimony to man from behold, the earth was once a globe of liquid fire, nor was there any seed on it. But in due season I rained down Simu on the earth, and by virtue of my presence I quickened into life all the living. Without seed I created the life that is in them. Oh shoot, I wasn't even looking at the chat, man. I forgot to look at the chat. Oh, Dave's in here. I'll be dang. He made it. I wasn't even looking at the chat. All right. All right. Dave, here. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I think I got the link up top. Or yeah, so All right, man. Man, that makes my day. Got you back. Got you back. Yeah. Jamia says the lion and the tiger cannot, their offspring cannot reproduce. I wasn't watching the chat. I was sleeping. All right, now that wasn't the section where I was talking about it was going to be kind of rough to listen to, but I think I'm coming up on it now. It's basically the part that I'm talking about is where the creator is going to start, he's going to give like criteria for marriage, what his criteria is for people marrying one another, or at least this is the way it's going to be in the kingdom. And it also kind of applies for right now and how people make mistakes. So that's what I meant by it's going to be kind of painful to read this for some people. Now, chapter 6, book of Jehovah, it says, now when man comprehended the earth, he looked upward, and Jehovah saw him and knew the desires of his soul. So Jehovah sent his son Uz, and Uz spoke, saying, hear me, O man, the mysteries of heaven and earth. I will clear up before your judgment. You, the human race, are the biggest of all creation and come to the highest of all kingdoms. From great Jehovah you shall learn wisdom, and none shall stop you. It says, contemplate, O man, on the magnitude of your father's kingdoms and his places in the firmament on high. Unless I take you into the heavens above, you cannot comprehend its places. Verse 4, man then rose up in spirit and ascended in the firmament, for his spirit had crystallized into separateness. And Uz and S, which is body and spirit, I think. Let me see. The footnote says Uz releases man's spirit from flesh. So it's like death. It says Uz releases man's spirit from the flesh so that he can ascend into heaven. Meanwhile, S is the guide to heavenly things. So you got Uz, dissolution of the body, so that man can ascend into the spiritual. And it says, verse 3, or verse 4, it says, man then rose up. Let me go back up so we can get the regain the context. It says, unless I take you, this is Uz talking. Uz. He says, unless I take you unto the heavens above, you cannot comprehend its places. Verse 4, it says, man then rose up in spirit and ascended into the firmament, for his spirit had crystallized into separateness. And Uz and S ascended with him, speaking of the voice of the Father. And man saw that each and everything in the firmament was orderly, and still each to itself located. Then Spirit spoke, saying, observe, O man, as a farmer sows corn in one place and wheat in another, and flax in yet another. Everything in a separate place. Even so does Jehovah store the ingredients of which worlds are made. Everything in its place, the substance of the iron in one place, the substance of the stones in another, the substance of the vegetable kingdom in another, and likewise for the substance of the animal kingdom and the oils in sand. For he has places in the firmament of heaven for all of them. Well, as above, so below. It says these that you saw are the Gia and Ag and nebulae. And the footnote says that is the substance of the thing seen was atmospheric substance. Atmospheric substance, and was either in more rarefied GA form or the comparatively thicker Aegean form, or in the thickly dense nebula form. So it's pointing somehow to the density, different densities, I think, in the spiritual. The earth is the densest, and then the earth above first the first realm of the earth is less dense, and then the realm after that is even less dense, more rarefied. It says, let no man say over there is hydrogen only, and over here hydrogen or oxygen only. The divisions of the substances of his creations are not as man would make them. All the elements are to be found not only in places close by, but in distant places also. It says, verse 6, when the Father drives forth his worlds in the heavens, they gather a sufficiency of all things, and when a corporal world is yet new and young, it is carried forth, not by random, but purposely in regions suited for it. So there goes your Big Bang theory, right? Chaotic explosion, and it's like throwing up a bag of flour and coming down with a Mercedes Benz. That's what they tell us. Creation account. It just all just kind of it just happened like that. you know, the, the creator said, no, I'm all about order. Look at your own earth. You find elements here. There's gold here in Africa. There's lead here in Montana. There's sand over there in Saudi Arabia. Orderly. Man wants to make it like, no, it's a big mystery, man. It was an explosion, and all of a sudden you see this lamp over here. Come on, man, please. It don't even make sense, Are we for real? It says, accordingly, as there is a time for Simu, which is creation, and a time for falling nebulae, which is dense matter, is more dense, to bury deep the forests and Simu and beds, to produce coal and manure for a time afterwards. So is there a time when the earth passes, or it passes a region in the firmament when sand and oil are rained upon it, then covered up, and gases bound and sealed for the coming generations of man. How do you like that? We pass through different Ethereal worlds, and the things that the corporal earth needs gets what it needs according to the will of the Father. Because it's like he says, our earth, it passes through Ethereal worlds. We can't see it, we can't feel it. But when our earth passes through Ethereal worlds, there's a effect. There's an effect on our world, which is maturity, and we elevate in our spirit, all because of a vibration that comes on the earth. I think it could be like sudden knowledge, wisdom. We come into it, and we it gets in our understanding, and we live according to it, and it's because of Ethereal worlds, us passing through them. If I'm not mistaken. Verse 7, it says, man said, I am ashamed in your sight, O Jehovah. I looked upward and said, the sky is vacant. Then I said, it is true, the corporeal worlds are made condensed nebulae, but I did not see the wisdom of your glory in your works. I locked up you in coincidences and happenings, like the Big Bang. He said, your unseen world has become seen. The unreal has become the real. Oh, if only I had been mindful of you, only if I had not put you far off, nor imagined laws and decrees. Teach me, O Jehovah, how was the beginning of man? How was it with the first of the living that you brought forth? Jehovah said, have not I declared myself in the past, in my works? Have I not provided thousands of years in advance? As I have shown system in the corporal worlds, know then, O man, that system prevails in the firmament. To the tree I gave life, to man I gave life and spirit, and the spirit I made was separate from the corporeal life. He said, out of Simu I made man, and man was only like a tree, but dwelling in Hak, one of the entities of Jehovah, Hak signifying darkness, and I called him Asu, the first man, Asu. And I looked over the wide heavens that I had made. I saw countless millions of spirits and of or countless myriads of spirits of the dead who had lived and died on other corporeal worlds before the earth was made. I spoke in the firmament. My voice reached the uttermost parts, or the uttermost places. And there came an answer to the sounds of my voice. Myriads of angels from the roadway in heaven, where the earth travels. I said to them, behold, I've created a new world. Come and enjoy it. Yes, you shall learn from it and how it was with other worlds and ages past. So here's a picture of the Asu. Now, I might be mistaken because there's an account where the creator he talks about people and marriage and children. Now, let me see, verse 14. Let me scroll down a little bit because I thought I would have gotten to it by now. I think that okay, I shoot, man. I thought that I would have came to that part now. I don't even know what part I was talking about. I don't even shoot. Maybe it's further down. I'm going to close the video before I can get to it, I think. It was a part in where the creator, let me just tell you because I've been talking about it and I don't like to tease you, but I want to, let me just digress for a second and tell you what the creator said. And he basically talked about pairing and mating with one another. He said that he was basically saying that one of the reasons why he was going to start with the children for this era that we're in, how they were going to be raised up under the knowledge of the OAHSPE and the agenda of the OAHSPE, is because the earth has shown us what happened. Because people, they get together for, a lot of people get together for unspiritual reasons. You know what I mean? Some marry for money, some marry out of lust, and in neither case, they're marrying because of the spiritual or because of the righteous practices of the other. Mainly, it's because of how she looks and temptation that she offers or he offers, or his financial situation, and that's how people make decisions. Creator said that if you do things for those type of reasons, your offspring is going to be, they're going to pay the price. And he even calls them, they're going to be a burden on the world. Those are pretty painful words. That's the part I was talking about was going to be a little rough on some people because we live in a world of broken souls. We're in a world of broken people. People getting together for the wrong reasons. We're far from the right reasons. People who they get married and they are selfish. I mean, it's easy to criticize, so I don't want to do that. Everybody should know where I'm coming from. I remember what one radio personality said. I kind of have to agree to it, man. He was saying, in a sense, some people they should go to college before they should, or some type of learning program before they get married. Because it's like this day and age, it's like real haphazard. And the children, they pay for it. They pay for it. It even said something like if you have a parent or parents and they give way to like drugs and alcohol, and I mean, my flesh wants to say to excess because I know that's the world we live in, but the creator, he don't say that. That's why I was saying it's going to be hard reading this, but I don't know where it's at right now, and it's about time to close the video. But in the create in the kingdom, we're going to raise up the children. They're not going to see none of that. Creator is going to give these orphans and children to brethren, faithless brethren who live according to righteousness' sake. They don't have those types of those type of you know what I mean. They don't harbor those types of. They're able to live according to the principles that the OAHSPE gives. Matter of fact, I got something about that too. Let me see if I still got it on the screen. Here it is right here. And this is like the laws of the kingdom, man. Let me stretch it a little bit so I can bring it up on screen. This is like the Constitution. This is like the faithless Constitution right here. You know how America, it has like the Constitution. This is like the faithless Constitution right here, or actually declaration. It's more of a declaration that the Creator, He gives you if you want to know. This is what He got to say about you, or this is what he's sharing, what His mind is, how things are going to be. So I forget what book this is from. If I scroll up, I could. Let me see. Let's find what book this is from. Let me go find what book this is from. It's important. Book 35. What book is that? Book of Safa. Book of Safa. And so it's like, these are like the declarations that He gives faithful of Himself. He says, let me start up here at the top, verse 7. It says, Hermasi spoke to Zarathustra, saying, some I have created with the desire to dance, some with the desire to sing, some with desire to pray. Verse 8, some I created with faith in men, some with faith in spirits, some with faith in me only. That's you faith is right there. Faith in Creator only. Verse 9, let those who have faith in men have faith in men. Let those who have faith in spirits have faith in spirits. Let those who have faith in me have faith in me. The last are mine. What is mine, I will gather together. See? So that's why I was saying earlier that Creator, I think that He's going to fast forward the situation by bringing an event on the world that's going to make the whole world see, hey, we don't learn to work together, then we'll never make it, man. You know, I remember my dad saying the only thing he could imagine making people really wake up is an asteroid. Because one way or another, Creator, He gonna make it. His will gonna be done, man. Sometimes you have to, that shepherd, he get out that rod, man, and he have to smite the sheep, to get them to, get in line. Get in line. That shepherd, he got a rod, man. He says, what is mine, I will gather together. He says, you got all these people. You see all these people here? All right, let them do their thing. He said, but those who have faith in me, he said, the last are mine, and what is mine, I will gather together. And then he goes on. He says, verse 10, mine shall be a people, look, by themselves. And then Ormazdi, the Creator, another name for Creator, spoke to Zarathustra, saying, mine, see, it's like our 10 commandments, it says over here. This is our kingdom. Mine have no gods before me. Mine have no idols or images of me. Mine do not bow down before idols. Mine covenant in my name secretly. Mine remember the 4 sacred days of the moon. Mine honor their parents. Mine kill nothing I have made alive. Mine do not commit adultery. Mine do not steal, tell lies, or covet anything. Mine return good to all men. Zarathustra taught these words, and those who were followers styled themselves as Zarathustrians. So that's our covenant right there. That's our spirit, right? That's our mindset right there. For you faithless, for us faithless. So let me read the final before I close the video. And I just clicked off of the video. Oh man, I'm way down here. I clicked off the one that I was reading. So I'm way down here. Okay, so I lost my place where I was. So I'm gonna go ahead and just end the video right there. It's about time to close it anyway. But that part was man, that was really serious about creator and our kingdom. I mean, it's going to be faithless will be joined to faithless. That's how we're going to choose our partner for those who desire to be married. We are going to have an option whether or not we want to be celibate or whether we want to be married, but it'll be with our own kind. I mean, it doesn't with whatever nation, whoever, whatever brethren or faithless, there is no color, so to speak, in our kingdom. We're all of us are not, we shouldn't be subscribing to nationality anymore. We shouldn't be subscribing to ethnicity, those type of things, because the creator don't. I know that everybody knows that, but I'm saying it anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right there. And I don't know if the link is. I got the link up there, so I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes to see if anybody want to make a comment. Oh shoot, man! I didn't know that Dave. Oh man, Dave, I owe you the most sincerest apologies, man. Wasn't watching the screen because nobody ever comes on. So good to see you, brother. I'm sorry for banning you by accident. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Can you hear me?
I think your audio.
Yep. Let me check my audio again.
Maybe it's me. Let me try something.
Check. Mic check. You got it? Okay. Is that better? Unmute. Settings.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
I had to unplug my microphone.
Oh, it was on your end.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I did a little test here. Whoop, I got something else on. Now, what's I'm getting feedback now.
Oh, let me turn off my my speaker. Hold on. Okay, try now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no feedback. You got me?
Good. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I did a little test. I've got. Can you see my my comment down here? I made timestamp 610.
Yeah.
In the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when I'm on your YouTube video, nothing comes up when I put anything in chat. So it's going to be that YouTube problem, like I explained in on your page.
Well, when you're looking at the YouTube video, I'm not live then. Nobody can chat on the live. Nobody can chat on the YouTube video because I'm not live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're looking at me on YouTube, you can't participate. You're watching a recording. You can only do that here.
Yeah, but when you're live, it's also streaming to YouTube at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, I see. So, yeah, I'll follow those instructions. And
Okay.
and
When
what?
when you end the video, I got a timestamp on here. It says trying to chat now, and that timestamp is 6:10. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's right between Jamia at 5:42, where
Okay.
she said
Oh,
she was in the second.
let me see if I can. Okay. Hope I don't mess anything up. Let me go to my YouTube channel.
You don't
Let me
have to
go to
do
my
that right
YouTube
now.
channel and see if I can.
Uh, uh, uh,
Oh, okay.
you can
Okay.
you
I may
can
mess
you can
something
do
up.
yeah you can do that later. So you don't mess anything up.
Oh,
But
okay. Okay.
when you go back and view the YouTube, you'll see my comment at 6:10 doesn't appear there.
Okay. I got you.
Right.
I
So
got you.
you might want to put down the two timestamps because I'm right in between Jamia's 5:42 p.m. comment where you was talking about she was in the second grade, teaching second grade,
Oh,
and the other comment was at 6:13, right after my comment. And she said lion and tiger, and that's when you was talking about the two animals that can't procreate together.
yeah. 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 Okay. I'll remember it. I'll remember it when I go to look at it. I thought,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll make sure I clear that up. My brother made a comment about you.
Oh yeah, I can see his comment. Yeah, I got comments on mine.
I meant to ban somebody who was he was criticizing you, or he was attacking you, and I went and banned you instead.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I realize that. I know the guy. The guy's name was Daniel, if I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Well, Jamia, let me see. Dave seems to think if I try to do it now, I'll end up messing something up. So, I mean, it's the end of the video. So if I cut myself off, I was getting ready to end it anyway after you commented. So I'm gonna try it now and see what happens. Just keep your fingers crossed. Let me see what happens. If I end up getting booted, want to give thanks to Heavenly Father, Earthly Mother for this opportunity. Until I see you again on video, peace, love, and light. So let me try it now in case I mess myself up. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Okay. Now uh let me see. Okay, go back. Now, here is the live. Let's click on that. I think it's going to bring an echo. Is the live. Let's click on that. Okay, let me mute myself. Okay. Yeah, it's not. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, it's not showing you. Can you see what I'm doing on the screen?
Oh yeah, I can see you.
Yeah, it's not showing you. So now
Yeah,
I have
that's
to go.
uh, when I go to your videos, I go right to the YouTube, and that's when I was trying to make the comments. Like it wouldn't show up. So when
Got
I
you.
went on
Got you.
live, it shows up.
Got you. So I have to figure it. Let me see. You got the directions and you posted it in the room, right?
Correct.
All right. Let's see what we can do now. Let's do a little dance. See if we can make it work. Let me read the directions, follow them. All right, here we go. You see, you say from the live feed, next to the message, click more. All right. Next to the message, click more, and then hide user from YouTube. Open up YouTube Studio and then click community. Okay, so I'm going to have to get out of the live and go to YouTube Studio. Okay, go to YouTube Studio. All right, there's YouTube Studio. All right. YouTube Studio. And then open YouTube and click settings. Okay, so click settings. Click settings. And it says, and then community. Okay, so click community. All right, community. Then from automated filters tab, hidden users. Okay, so automated filters tab, automated filters tab, automated filters tab. Now we're click users. Oh, right. All right. All right. I see it. Now, let me see.
There should be an X there. Click that, and I should be back on.
Oh, yes. There we go. We did some magic. So now, hey, bro, good night, bro. Good night, Chuck. Thanks for coming in, bro. Good luck with your eye surgery tomorrow. Sure to work out fine. All right, so see if you can post something.
Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can post a comment. I'm going to put YouTube check.
All right. Well, let's go back. Look at it.
Oop. Tube. Okay, posting it now on StreamYard. And
Okay.
it's timestamp 6:52. Okay, posting it now on.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Jamia says, "Did I click save?" That's a good question. So it removed the restriction, but let me go back real quick and see if I should have clicked save, because I didn't see you post anything. So maybe that was the problem. Okay, go to settings, go to community, go to, all right. See, she's a teacher, man, you know.
Now
Save.
save. Yeah, right.
There you go. Thank you, Jamia. Thank you. That should probably solve the situation right there. Let me see. Now, let me see. Thank you, Jamia. It's the details, man. Got to look at the details. Now, you already tried to post something, right?
Yeah, I posted a YouTube check. Check is in
now
capital.
I see it on my video. I see it on StreamYard, but I don't see it on YouTube. I don't see it on YouTube.
Oh, I didn't try posting in YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. Let me
Oh, okay. Okay.
quickly go to YouTube
Yeah.
and let me mute my microphone so I don't screw up or get a double feed.
Right. Should work this time. Oh,
Okay, I posted on YouTube. It says, okay, YouTube check.
yeah, you got it. It works.
Yep. Okay. Good. Whew. Back
All
on.
right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Jamia. Jamia, thank you. All right. So,
Definitely, Sister Jamia. Thank you very much.
yes. All right. Well, brother, got anything you want to share?
No, that's just about it. I've been trying to figure out how to get back on, so then help you get me back on. I'm glad everything worked out, but that's a good learning experience.
Yeah, yeah. That's have you made any progress with you up and running your channel?
No, I'm just gonna leave the channel up there in case anybody else needs to do a video or something like when we're doing debates or something. So when they take the thing down, it's still
Peace,
on
love, and
there
light,
on my
Jamia.
channel.
Peace, love, and light, Jamia. Thank you for helping us. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave the StreamYard up there in case that any of our faithless brothers and sisters are doing a debate and we win and the opposition says we lose and they decide to take the thing down. I'll still have a copy of it, so it's still there.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
that's basically what that's going to be. At present, I hadn't figured out anything what to do because Brother Sela, Brother Cosmon Cal, Brother Daryl Cosman, and Brother Malachi have got just about everything sewn up on Central anyway.
say it again.
I say they've got all the teachings basically sewn up anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So I'd just be, adding teachings to their teachings, which would be all
Hey,
right, I guess.
let me,
But
let me digress for a moment, Dave. Let me interrupt for a second. Let me. Hey, hey, Yogi, I seen that video you put out. I was shaking my head. I was shaking my head to the beat, man. Bronze Yogi, you put out a video, Dave. You put out
yeah,
it was pretty
I
good,
seen
man.
that.
Yeah, I liked it. That he's real smooth, man. I liked it. Anyway, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to do the same thing with my channel. If they want to use it any old kind of way, they welcome.
That old JJ, he's something else.
Oh
I,
yeah,
I don't have anything against him personally, but his ego is out of this world.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I learn a lot from people like that. I mean, they don't know what they're doing to themselves, man. I mean, really, at the end of the day, we really just trying to help them brethren, save them brethren from deity and idolatry, and I guess they just have to find out the hard way. And I
Yeah,
hate to say it, man, but they look at it like every time, man, that they gotta fight, we gotta get you back. And it's I it's hard for me to even watch it. One video, one debate, you had one guy making a cutthroat sign.
yeah,
He was
that was what was his name? Zach
I don't know.
Long or something
So
like
I
that.
forget. Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't no need for that, man.
no. They that, and he was also doing the air gun sign too a lot.
Oh yeah. I saw that too, man.
Yeah.
But
There's really no need for those types of gestures. Even that's distracting, and I think Brother Sonetta should have said something on that, but he never did.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was telling Daryl Cosman that and I was also telling C-Law that it's almost 80% how you act as well as what you know. That's really important. And they ended up losing that debate, man, because they were just all animated. And I love the way Daryl, brother Daryl and C-Law were conducting themselves. At one point, Daryl, they was interrupting me, and he said, "Hey, man, look, if you don't want me to answer, I'll just be quiet." That's a sign to me of a person that's winning the argument right there. When you don't have to push yourself on people, you
Yeah,
know, you just, hey, man, all right, hey, you don't want to hear me? Go ahead, man. I love that part of it, man. You know, and they wasn't able to see why he didn't let them get to him. He was the way he conducted himself. That's what wanted. The way you present yourself is just as much as what you know. It showed power and what
yeah.
you're talking about. You know.
That's what I consider decorum right there.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. Hey man, that's just important as how much you know. You know, and they wouldn't even get before their own God acting like that. Cutthroat sign, air gun, slice your head off, and why do we do stuff like that, man? It's like I don't know. Anyway, you want to share anything else, brother?
What you were saying, well, I think a lot of that stems from ego. They got to be seen, they got to be heard. So that's
Yeah.
why they keep interrupting, and you're trying to answer their question, and they ask about 5 more questions before you get the first one answered, trying to
Yeah.
confuse you.
It seemed obvious to me, man, that when you keep cutting a person off, you don't let them speak, it's because they got you. I mean, I never thought I'd see Hebrew Israelites get beat down like that. I thought that they were unbeatable, man, with the word. And I mean, the Creator is just amazing to me, man. The way I never seen them get beat down so bad, and they don't have the wherewithal to say, "Hey, man, you know what? You got a point, man. What am I doing believing in this creation theory? What am I doing talking about killing my kids, man? What the hell is going on here?"
They are so indoctrinated. I can hardly believe it.
I know. I know. That's it. Hey, I used to be one. I mean, I got a Hebrew name, but I can justify that even with the OAHSPE. It has a meaning behind it, so I can live with it. But when I was one, we used to get into near fights out here in the Bay Area. We used to be that close, man, to throwing hands with people, and they thought that was the way it was supposed to go down. And then, you look back and I mean, it just shows you how the power of deception is real. That earthbound vibration is for real, man, And I really believe them when they say that they will kill their children. I'm telling you, man, I believe they mean what they say.
Well, actually, there have been several instances of that.
I know. But when
they go to court, they say, "Well, God told me to do it, but I thought God was going to stop me, but He didn't stop me."
Yeah,
and that's basically again child sacrifice, and that their God, Yahweh, or their Most High, or He's a warrior God, so that's why He's going to try to get His adherents to fight with other people. Whether it be guns, knives, or fists, But then the son of a gun, He's going to abandon them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like when the story of Jesus, when He was on the cross there, He said something that was in Hebrew, Eli, Eli, something or other, Sakabani or something like that, meaning, my God, why have you forsaken me?
Exactly.
Now, in OAHSPE, it says there were 49 saviors,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the three that set them up, Louis Amon, Kabalakis, and Inachiza, at the end abandoned them, left them right there, and we picked them up, meaning Creator's holy angels.
Yeah. They left them alone to forward their agenda.
Yeah.
To bring the narrative about to help them to spread their narrative and power.
Yep, to seal their doctrines in blood throughout eternity.
Yeah. I learned something too, that blood sacrifice can include war. I didn't know that before.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Because you figure all the civilians that die in the conflict or are displaced, starved to death, like what's going on in the Ukraine and what's going on in Palestine. There's really no need for that.
Yeah.
Why are they fighting over a little piece of land no bigger than New Jersey when they got the whole world?
Yeah, it's the Creator, if you ask me. And on top of that, man, I think that the Creator is setting up the whole world to learn to work together.
Oh, He is.
Oh, man, but I think that He is setting up the world. He's going to have to bring an event, man, and make people stop. I mean, to break that spirit, man. I think that He's going to help us. I mean, help what we're charged to do to bring about the new paradigm shift, how we treat each other. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
That's actually been happening right along, because the Lewis are setting up children now, and like Sister Jamia said in one of her comments about the children nowadays being rebellious. because of the system. They know something's wrong with the system, but they don't know what the main problem is. And the main problem is greed, ego, and avarice.
Dave, they want to be fed, man. Can't nobody feed them, though.
Yeah.
They can't, nobody can feed them. Spiritually, man, it had to happen, man, where at some point, man, you know, I love it, man, what the OAHSPE said about the old ways ain't going to work for the new, for the what he's doing now with his children, for the creation. It can't work. They see that. You know, children are like the sponge, man. It ain't working. Nobody can feed them. The faith just haven't really exploded yet. What did you think was going to happen? They're going to start destroying stuff. You know, it's hard for them to get a job. They looking at houses on the hill. They saying to themselves, "Hey, man, how can I get up there? I can't. I ain't got the money for school. I don't got the connections for work." You know what I'm saying? That's what they thinking, man. What do you expect them to do? They're going to start tearing things up. And the spiritual elevation is just going to lower and lower. And the creator, I mean, you know, from what I understand, he says it gets so low to a point he's got to do something. I mean, I don't know. You know, I could be wrong, but that's the sense I get from reading the OAHSPE. So I know that we're at a point, I mean, you know, Russia and Ukraine, I mean, we got a lot of boiling pots. And I think that the creator, he's showing us, I mean, we're in the cosmic era, man. So something's got to give. Something's got to give, man. Because, man, he ain't going to break. He won't break, man. He will not break. You know.
Well, just like OAHSPE
who wants the creator, man? Who wants him? You know.
It's just like the OAHSPE says. These false gods are going to fight.
That's a good one right there. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. They're going to fight all the way to the end.
Just like Baal and Ashtaroth when they were fighting. They're going to either win all or they're going to destroy all.
Yeah, it's a zero-sum game, man. You know?
Yeah.
Zero-sum game. Yeah, it's amazing.
But Creator not going to allow them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Until he says it's time.
Right. Yeah, that's the sense I get too. But there's definitely a setup going on. I mean, you know, the character, men's character. I mean, the creator, it's like when I look at the world, I look at it through the OAHSPE. I mean, he points to how we could learn what's going on and how, you know, near we are from what I can see, how near we are to the kingdom coming. I mean,
Sister Yafa Nava has made several good comments. I want to direct you to that if you can see the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at her. Yeah, she says it happened in Syria. Syria. I think she's talking about. Hey, when you mention Syria, Yafa, what are you referring to? The sacrifice of the false gods. Is that where you were talking about? You mentioned Syria, Libya, Bosnia. Really, it's big. Those were huge sacrifices, man. I mean, it was really a result too of our dying colonialism. Those countries she mentioned, Syria, Libya, Bosnia. She said, and Baal is after the children these days. So you said they escaped, Dave, right? You said Baal and Ashtaroth, they escaped?
Yeah.
And these are the ones that are doing the warring right now, right? Baal and Ashtaroth?
No, the ones that escaped from them that are still
the sub-gods. The sub-gods?
Yeah. some of the sub gods, they took off and left them when Baal and Ashtaroth went down.
We don't know who they are, right?
No, they're following after Baal and Ashtaroth's doctrines, right? But they're also putting in their own doctrines.
Yeah.
So they may be pretending to be them, but they're different entities. They're not the original.
Right. Sub gods.
Yeah.
Sub gods.
But they've just taken their name. You know, it's called like identity theft.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. So they're robbed. They've adopted the agenda of the false gods they come from. They tweak their doctrines to modernize them and to make them applicable for today.
Yep, exactly.
And the people who are subscribing to that type of thing, it's like, I remember, man, I was talking to somebody. I mean, man, I'm telling you, man, people will not let go of that. I was trying to introduce a brother to the OAHSPE. Now the OAHSPE say don't proselytize, don't try to, don't even try to get people to subscribe to it. And I love the way it says that, because that's God's spell. Boy, you ain't gonna break that spirit. I'm sorry, the Creator, he's just got to do it. He's got to do it, man. That's a hell of a spirit. I was talking to a brother, and as soon as I mentioned idolatry and deity worship, I never heard from him since again.
Yeah. But I do believe that the Creator is working on his heart, and he's having a head, and in his own heart, he's weighing it. And he's probably watching a lot of faithists and see if they are acting as they say they act. What's that word? Being true to themselves and Creator. And then based on that, he's gonna see that. And if his logic takes over, then he will eventually join us.
Yeah. I trust the Creator, man.
It's a process. It's a process.
Right. I believe that, because, and there's a verse in the Bible where it says the day is going to come when men will not be able to hear sound doctrine. And that's what I rely on most when I listen, when I talk to people. I trust in the sound doctrine of the OAHSPE. How there's nothing in it, man, that's, talking about violence, and it's nothing in it other than respecting your brother, being, esteeming your brother, serving your brother. That's all I see everywhere, It's all good, and it shows you the power of these false doctrines, that people can be so scared. They under such a tradition that, it's like the perfect storm that the false gods have given the world. Tradition, religion. So like I was saying on the video, I remember my dad saying the only way you're going to make people break is going to have to be something like an asteroid, where and also, Dave, I think that the Creator is going to make people see your gods are powerless. At some point, I know that those people in Gaza, they always talk about Allah. I know at some point, man, or Mohammedanism, at some point, I know a lot of people are saying in their soul, hey, man, well, what good is it? My God, man, look at me, I'm getting the hell beat out of me, my people, children. Where is our God, man? What's going on here? And it could be the point, that could be what the Creator, because I know he leaves men to themselves. until they finally get it, man. Well, what the hell am I doing here? You know, praying 5 times. You mean praying 5 times a day gets me this? So I hear the Creator talking about he's going to make a distinguishing between faithists and the world. That's the only 2 people in the world, faithists and Uzians. I read from the book of Discipline, I think it was, where he said he was going to gather his own.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that, man. And people, when they see what he's going to do with this, I don't know when or what, but I trust he will. That will turn people. That will, people, when they have to see to believe. And I think that the Creator, when he deals with us whatever kind of way, that will be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I really believe that.
No, I definitely think you're right.
Yeah. It's too bad. It's too bad. But I believe that that's the way it's got to go. Well, brother, what do you think, man? Good time to give me the peace sign? Let me see.
Yep. I'm going to give you the...
That's how you move it to the left. Okay, there you go.
There we go.
That's how you do it, right?
I got this one on one of Brother Daryl Cosmon's interviews with the Moors, meaning unity.
Now, where the Moors at? Where do they stand with the OAHSPE? Have you heard?
I watched his video. They love OAHSPE.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they're right with us.
Oh,
I believe for the most part they're right with us.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know they're heavy into the law, maritime law, the rights, sovereign citizen, that type of thing. But I haven't even heard them talk about it. That would be nice.
Let me see if I can find that interview with the Moorish people that Brother Daryl did, and I'll see if I can find it, and I'll put it up on your page.
Okay.
So you can see it, when you get a chance. So right now I'm going to be on out of here. Peace and blessings to everyone, and
right behind you.
Everybody in chat. Blessings and most high praises to the Creator.
All right.
Bye now.
See you later, Dave. Thanks for joining me. I want to give thanks to Heavenly Father, Earthly Mother, for this opportunity to be a light while I'm in this reality. Do the best I can. Brethren, I won't be doing a video tomorrow because it's Bible study tomorrow. So until I see you again Thursday, peace, love, and light. Thank you for joining me, and shalom.